I think we get this idea that there's this thing called the Trump trade, and that DJT, because it's the parent company of Trump's social media platform, Truth Social, is a part of that. But explain the specificity of what happened this morning. I don't get it.
Well, Ed, nothing makes sense in meme land. So you have to go in understanding and acknowledging that. The thing with Trump media shares, given the fact that Donald Trump owns about 60% of the stock, is that it typically trades closely with the betting odds. So we've been tracking a number of betting markets that have been shifting up and to the right for Donald J. Trump to return to the White House. What we saw today with some of those volatility halts, by my count, it was about 5 of them to the up and downside, is just simply an overwhelming amount of activity and volatility. We saw volumes about 6 times of what's normal in the first hour. So when you see investors, whether that's retail traders who are pushing their investments on things like Reddit or Truth Social itself, or Wall Street professionals, or even just options traders, that's what we can see with some of these wild swings to the up and downside. And just looking at today, it's really emblematic of what we've been tracking when you even look back to when this SPAC deal was announced back in October 2021.
Has generally been up and to the right, even if there is volatility on an intraday basis. What, 272% at least was the number we counted yesterday over the last 5 trading weeks. Is it really the eye of the storm when it comes to the so-called Trump trade? What other names have been involved in meme world?
It's the biggest one to keep an eye on, and it is really the most indicative. Obviously, it trades under DJT. That's Trump's initials. So the ticker symbol is actually that closely tied and aligned with the former president. We also keep an eye on Rumble. They're a Peter Thiel-backed video platform, typically skewing towards a more conservative audience, trying to also rally against big tech. The company is also in partnerships with Trump Media itself. We keep an eye on Funware, which really seems to be more of, at least when I talk to investors, more of a gambling mechanism. It was associated with some of the past Trump campaigns, though doesn't appear to be tied towards the 2024 re-election campaign, but that also has gotten swept up in the shift as well.
Bailey, you wrote a story on October 25th, which I appreciate seems like an eternity ago now, that basically if Trump wins, it's hard to see what happens next with Truth Social and DJT. But I think you were talking more about its business. Like what do we know about this company as a company?
It operates and owns Truth Social, an X lookalike platform that is one of the many kind of places that Donald Trump will post. We do know, Ed, in the first half, they reported just about $1.6 million in sales. So not profitable. $1.6 million in sales or revenue is a drop in the bucket relative to its multi-billion-dollar market valuation. It has struggled to retain users. We've seen that with third-party apps. The company doesn't actually disclose those metrics. We will be closely keeping an eye on their third quarter results, which should be coming in the next few weeks, just in terms of what activity, or at least what ad sales look like going into the election. But when I talk to some skeptics, Ed, they really call out the fact that all eyes right now are on Trump's re-election campaign. So if the company is struggling to get anywhere near turning a profit and only had $1.6 million in first half sales, the question going forward is, how does that actually grow?